What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So on today's episode I'm going to be working on my GLS, changing the spark plugs. So we're getting ready for hit the road, and I just want to make sure my spark plugs are in good condition because we're about to put 2,000 miles on a vehicle. So in order to get you to your spark plugs in a GLS450, this is the procedure we kind of have to approach it in my eyes. This is the way I do it. So for more information, you guys can also use Google and get more information on it. So let me show you what I'm about to do. So in order to get your air filter boxes out of the way, I'm going to remove these screws right here, and I'm going to pull all this off, and on this side as well, remove that guy and remove them all off. Or you can also just undo all these clamps, which is one use, then you cannot reuse them. But what I'm about to do, I'm about to unplug these two sensors, get the air boxes out of the way. I already got the intakes out of the way. They run from here, they go back here and around and into those holes. They're right over there. So we got them out of the way. We got a engine cover out of the way. Now we're gonna get the wires, those two, out of the way, so we can get two spark plugs, because they're hiding underneath down here. So let me go slowly through here, and you guys can go ahead and just make sure you don't break these clips right here, because they're very sensitive. Make sure you pull them off softly and remove the plugs on both sides, because you don't want to break any of these. All right, we got those guys unplugged over here. So now we're going to work on these guys. So these are your intakes. So make sure you cover these in. You don't drop anything inside, because it will go directly into your turbos. Okay, so I screwed this up. So these guys are held in by a really tight seal. So make sure you don't break them. Don't crack any housing, because this will bite you in the ass if you do. So now we'll work on that end over there and try to get those boxes out of the way. The boxes out of the way, so they're just held in by clips. So one over here, one in the back here. They're not too bad. They come off pretty easy. So you gotta remove this whole shields, and your spark plugs and coils should be right underneath here. So route that all the way. Let's get this other one. So just, guys, take it easy, don't rush to a process. There's clips on here that are holding everything together for sound deadening, and so you don't want to rip anything off. This one, it's kind of stuck back here behind all this other stuff. Fuel rails. There you go. And your other three spark plugs are on this side. Yeah, put that on. All right, so I got these blue towels in here. They're clean. Make sure you don't have any debris on them, sand and things like that can get into your propellers and damage. Well, now I gotta work on taking these guys out and the other side, and they're pretty simple to come out. That's your ECM for a vehicle, and let's work these guys down and pull the plugs out. You're gonna need this super special ratchet right here and socket, which is gonna be E8 for these little small heads right here. So this is the one that fits right on here. So you're gonna need this E8 6, I think, or 5-star sockets. You can buy these on Amazon. I bought a whole set, and they do have all different kinds, including the ones you need. So they have all different kinds for different kind of purposes. They're all right here. Then you have the big ones too. I think this ran like 20 bucks or something. Alright guys, since I'm a little shorty, I'm gonna have to use these guys. so I can get in here easier, and one ramp on that side as well. Alright guys, so we got a super special bag with the spark plugs in it. So this is the only way to go. Mercedes give us a little treat. A super cool bag. Alright guys, so we're back from the dealership. We got a nice bag going on over here. We also have to get a little treat from a Mercedes for spending 130 bucks on spark plugs. So these are the part numbers. Focus, focus, focus. There you go. So that's the part number you want to get spark plugs from. And I did call my local AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and a couple other stores. They want to charge $27 for one spark plug for a piece. And at the dealership, they're $18. So you guys, make sure you want to go to a dealership, get your spark plugs before you hit your local AutoZone or O'Reilly's or something like that. Because they're overcharging it, they don't have them in stock. They were saying about 3 days to order. And dealership got them in stock, and they're 18 bucks. So you guys can check your dealerships for all the Mercedes parts. They usually have them in stock. Alright, so we got pretty much everything apart. So I'm gonna pull all these coils. I got them unscrewed. So I'm gonna pull them up, flip them over, and make sure you guys get your leaf blower or your air hose and blow away all the dust out of these channels down here. So you don't want anything falling inside your engine once you take your spark plugs out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my leaf blower and blow the hell out of everything. All right guys, so we got a spark plug out, which is, this is the new one on the left. This is the old one. As you guys can see, it is a little bit crusty. So hopefully, once I put these new ones in, they're gonna improve my gas mileage and also will work a little better. So these are the old ones. And how I got this one, it's I'm just using a regular 14mm socket to get them out because they're deep and they're small. So my regular sockets for regular spark plugs don't work on these guys. So I got this one, then I unscrewed it, I pulled it out with a magnet. And now on this one, because this one is going to be slipping out, right here, I am going to have some, I got some of these rubber bushings. So I'm going to see if I can slide this one in so it can hold right here once this one gets in there. I'll see if I can use this somehow, just to kind of secure the spark plug so I can get it down into the shaft, into the head, which sits right down here. So. All right, so let me go ahead and see if I can get this guy down there, or maybe even with a magnet. I'll see if I can catch a couple knobs and then push it down, see if that will catch. Gapping wise, I think these guys are gapped. I'm not sure, I didn't even check, but they looked, come on folks, they look about the same to me, except this old one got a little buildup on it. So they look about the same to me, about the same gap. So I'm not going to gap, I'm just going to put them down as is. But yeah. Alright, so we're about to put all these coils back in. Already got plugs replaced. So we gotta feel the plug in there. Kind of push this in. I did use a little bit of WD-40 to make these things just on the outside. I didn't put any WD-40 on the inside. I just did it from the outside. So I mean, it's so all these coils on the way out, they're super tight on there, on the spark plugs. You have to just pull in gently and grab on. See if you guys can grab on to here in this area and keep stretching until it pops off. Unless you have some kind of tool that you can use to grab on here and then pull them out. It's super tight with your hands. Just don't pull onto the coils because you can split them up from here, and then you have to replace the whole short wire right here. But yeah, just go ahead and if it's not coming off, just keep pulling slightly. It's gonna pop off eventually. So just put a lot of tension to it. It's gonna come right off. Putting them back in, they go super easy. I mean, they just go simple as that. Super tight, super easy. So I'm about to start pulling the passenger side off, replace the plugs on that side, and then we'll plug everything back in, screw, tighten all the coils, plug them all in, and then they should be all good. Plug these guys in, then we'll put the intake box on, and I'll walk you guys through the process. Alright, so I decided I'm gonna finish this side first before I go over there. I want to tighten all this a little bit. I know this would be a lot easier if I had used my GoPro, which I don't really like using. For some reason, I hate editing from the GoPro onto this. It's just, I could never get everything taken care of.
Am I thirsty?
Yes, you are super thirsty.
Yeah. I'm really thirsty. Yeah.
So I gotta just wiggle this guy. Line them all up here. Okay, so it's all okay. All right, so this whole side is all done. I got the coils in, spark plugs are in, the new ones, and the old ones are right here on the floor. So we're gonna move over to this side now. I gotta take all the screws off. This over here. Make sure you guys don't drop your screws down. So you see it's coming off easy. Put it somewhere safe. So there's one back here. Right. So I tried standing on these guys because I'm a little short for an SUV. Got a short legs, and that thing kind of moved away from my legs, and I almost bit into my fender. So it's kind of slippery. So I'm going to do it this way. All right, we got coils out. Now we got to work on the spark plugs. So the last one, this one back here in the corner, driver's side, all the way down on the back. That's a pain in the ass to get out. These are original spark plugs from the Mercedes factory, and I had them installed because I don't think anybody did anything. We bought a vehicle with 50-some thousand miles on it, about 51, 52,000. Now it has about 100,000. So I think they did recommend last time we had it out for an oil change. They recommend us to change them. I opted out. I said no thanks, because changing these guys at the dealership is super expensive. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find a hole, drop it in, just like that. It dropped right down there. I'm gonna find my 14mm socket with a couple extensions on it. I'm gonna push it down and try to thread it nicely. I hope this video is going to be watchable, because I mean, I'm using it in my hands to work on the car, and I'm also recording with another hand. Alright, so I gotta torque this one down. Keep working on it. Number 5. Take this guy out, and then we got one more. And that's gonna be it for the spark plugs. Then we're gonna put everything back together. Hopefully it's gonna make it to Florida and back. But I think in the near future we're gonna have to work on coils because they are a little crusty. So I think they're gonna be next to be replaced. So I'll use this guy, catch the spark plug, and get this baby out. Here it is. So let's put a new one in. Let's put a new one in, just like this. Make sure you take this guy off. You don't want to put this thing like this. So let's find a hole back here. I heard it going down the hole. All right, let's torque it down. All right, guys, so we got all the old ones out. We got new ones back in. So let me go ahead and put the coils in there. So that's the one by the driver's side, all the way in the back. That's the middle one, and that's the first one over here on the driver's side. So let's start in the back and let's start putting these guys back in. This is the messed up one. I really don't like this one because this one was giving me a hard time coming out, so it's gonna give me a hard time going back in now, as I suspected. Alright guys, so let me put the phone down. It's gonna be a lot. Alright guys, so we have all the coils back in, both sides. Make sure you tighten your bolts here. Make sure when you plug these guys in, make sure you put the clip back, because the easiest way to take these guys out, slide a clip out this way. Use a tiny bitty screwdriver, put it right here, underneath. There's a little clip, just push it out with your hand. So lift this clip up, and then you can just, I just can't do it right now with both hands. So there's a little slidey clip down here. So that's how you get these guys in. Make sure everything's secured. Make sure you install all your heat shields now, all the sponges, which are these guys. So this one goes on this side, and this one goes on this side. Just like that. Throw them in there. Good to go. Alright guys, so when you're putting these down, when you're lifting them up, so there's a clip on here, right here, and there's a pin right here. So make sure you just push them back in, line the clip, push them down. Now let's install these guys. So put them like this, and then bring them over here, install them here. Same thing with these guys. I think we have them backwards actually. You go like this, clipping a lot easier. There you go. All right guys, that's it. So we got everything back in, put all this back in, clipped everything, secured everything, make sure all your sensors are plugged in, everything else is connected. Let's fire the car and see how it runs. All right, so there it is guys. So make sure when you're done, collect all your tools from your engine bay. Make sure you're not missing anything. Make sure you don't leave anything in the engine bay. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.